It was our pleasure, Maestro. But we must hurry. We have to get out of here fast.
Wait, Captain. I have an idea. I will use my last remaining instrument to create a sonic pulse that will knock out the gods and their disruptor.
Very well. Let's do it.
Everyone, close your ears. This will be loud.
How are they doing, Doctor?
They will be all right, Captain. But I must ask, what happened down there?
Music, Doctor. It was music that saved the day.
Welcome to the presidential debate between Turd Sandwich and Giant Douche. Our first question is, what are your plans for improving the economy? Let me just say, I am not a turd sandwich. And let me tell you something, Giant Douche, you're the biggest turd sandwich I've ever seen.
Oh please, everyone knows you're the turd sandwich. You're so full of crap, your eyes are brown.
Okay, but what about the economy? Look, I don't need to answer that. All I know is that Giant Douche is a giant douche. And he smells like one too.
That's rich coming from you, turd sandwich. I've seen flies buzzing around you all day.
Gentlemen, please focus on the question. You know what the real question is. Why is Giant Douche such giant douche? I mean, seriously, what's wrong with him?
What's wrong with me? What's wrong with you? You're the one who's been stinking up the place for years.
Can we please talk about policy? Policy. You want policy. How about this policy? Giant Douche is a turd sandwich. End of policy.
You know what policy I have. Don't vote for turd sandwich. He's a total waste of space.
Alright, that's enough. Thank you for your time. No, thank you for nothing, you biased moderator. You're just another turd sandwich in the pocket of Giant Douche.
Yeah, what he said. You're a total turd sandwich, moderator. A real piece of work.
Gentlemen, I read an article that said it's the newest form of recreational drug.
What's Jenkum?
It's fermented human waste, Lenny.
Ugh, why would anyone do that?
Some people say it gives them hallucinogenic-like effects and induces a feeling of euphoria.
Oh my god, that's disgusting.
Maybe, but it's all natural.
Except for the fumes.
Well, I'm not convinced it's really worth the risk.
Yeah, better to stick to the tried and true methods of getting high.
Captain's log, stardate 45587.3. The Endeavour is on a routine mission to explore the uncharted corners of the galaxy. Our course has taken us to the Macho Grande system, where we are conducting a survey of the planets in the area. So far, our mission has been proceeding smoothly.
It's been a while since we've been on a mission like this. What do you think, Worm?
I find it to be an acceptable mission, but I wonder if there is something unusual about this system.
Haven't we seen something like this before?
Yes, Commander. It looks like a similar formation we encountered on a mission to the Gamma Quadrant.
Commander, I have scanned the rock formation. It appears to be a device of alien origin. I am unable to determine its function at this time.
What can you tell us, Mr. Beta?
Captain, This device appears to be a type of temporal weapon. It has the ability to manipulate time itself.
What are its capabilities, Mr. Beta?
It appears to have the ability to reset time in a localized area. It could potentially erase all history and events within the affected region. I am analyzing the device's programming. It appears to have a weakness that we can exploit. If we can find the correct sequence of commands, we could disable the device.
Do you remember the Gamma Quadrant mission? It has something to do with the time paradox, right?
Yes, Commander. I remember there was a significant amount of temporal flux involved.
We need to act quickly, Mr. Beta. Time is running out for us.
I have found the sequence of commands we need. We can disable the device now.
We did it. Another successful mission.
Indeed, Commander. But we must still be vigilant. We never know what dangers may still lurk out there in the galaxy.
Captain's log, stardate 45587.4. The Endeavour has successfully disabled a potentially catastrophic temporal weapon. Thanks to the quick thinking and dedication of my crew, we were able to prevent any harm from coming to the galaxy. Another mission accomplished. End logged.
Good evening and welcome to the presidential debate between a turd sandwich and a giant douche. To start off, let's begin with a simple question. If you were a fruit, what fruit would you be? I would be a dragon fruit because I have a tough exterior but I stink on the inside.
I would be a watermelon because I'm big and juicy.
Interesting choices. Now on to a more important topic. If you had to choose one superhero power, what would it be? I would choose the power to control people's votes, so they would have to vote for me.
I would choose the power of super speed so I can run away from my problems.
Fascinating answers. Now, let's move on to audience questions. This one is from a Mr. Poop emoji. If you were a bathroom item, what item would you be? I would be a toilet plunger because I can handle even the toughest of situations.
I would be a roll of toilet paper because I'm soft and easily disposable.
Moving on, what is your favorite type of cheese? I prefer Swiss cheese because it has a lot of holes in it, just like my policies.
I prefer American cheese because it's bland and unremarkable, just like my opponent.
And finally, if you had to describe your opponent using a nursery rhyme, what rhyme would you choose? Jack and Jill went up the hill, but Giant Douche came tumbling down because he has no substance.
Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet eating her curds and whey, but Turd Sandwich came and sat beside her, ruining her day.
Oh, that's all the time we have for tonight's debate. Thank you, Turd Sandwich and Giant Douche, for your enlightening answers. Lenny, you should know I'm not a fan of impromptu social engagements.
Right, so why did you invite the gang over?
Well, I wanted to present something I've been working on.
Speaking of something he's been working in.
Work.
You just happened to finish it right when everyone was here.
Don't be ridiculous. I never plan anything social. I'm certainly not capable of it.
Don't worry, Feli, we still love you.
Yeah, nobody loves a genius like we do.
Alright, enough chit-chat. Let me show you my latest breakthrough.
Captain's log, stardate 45761.3. The Endeavour has encountered a strange phenomenon in the Delta Quadrant. Our sensors are detecting a deep space anomaly that appears to be causing disruptions in the ship's systems.
Captain, I've isolated the source of the disruptions. It seems to be coming from Lieutenant Worm's quarters.
Mr. Worm, please report to the bridge.
I can't believe how funny she is. I can't stop watching her streams.
Mr. Worm traced the source of the anomalies to your quarters. Is there something you would like to tell us?
Captain, I have become hopelessly addicted to VTuber. I know it's against regulations to use the ship's systems for personal entertainment, and I apologize for the disruptions.
I think I've found a solution. By rerouting power from auxiliary systems, we can stabilize the ship's systems and end the disruptions.
Mr. Worm, I understand the draw of entertainment, but we must all remember our duty to the ship and her crew. Please remember that while we are out here in deep space, we must remain vigilant and focused.
I understand, Captain. I won't let this happen again.
Thank you to Sneeb for sponsoring this episode of Space Ride TIG. Make it so.
Welcome to tonight's presidential debate between Turd Sandwich and Giant Douche. Our first question is for Turd Sandwich. Can you explain your stance on whether or not pineapple belongs on pizza? Look, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I'm some sort of culinary expert, but what I do know is that anyone who puts pineapple on their pizza is a sick and twisted individual.
You're just jealous because pineapple represents everything you're not, Turd Sandwich. It's sweet, it's tropical, it's desirable.
Desirable? That's a funny way of spelling disgusting. Moving on, Giant Douche, what's your favorite color?
That's an excellent question, moderator. My favorite color is obviously gold, because I am a winner.
Gold. More like yellow, as in the color of your cowardice.
At least I'm not brown, like the color of your... Never mind, let's keep it PG.
Our next question is for both candidates. If you could be any animal, what would it be and why? I would be a cat, because they get to sleep all day and everyone still thinks they're adorable.
I would be a bald eagle, because they're majestic and everyone looks up to them. Also, they're bald like me.
Bald. More like a baby chicken that's just hatched, with those wispy little feathers on your head.
And you're like a piece of bread that's been left out in the rain, all soggy and unappetizing.
Our next question comes from the audience. Sir, what is your question for the candidates?
Yeah, I wanted to know, what's your favorite type of sandwich?
Finally, a real question. My favorite sandwich is obviously a BLT, because bacon is the king of meats.
That's a cute answer, Turd Sandwich. My favorite sandwich is a club sandwich, because I'm always on top.
More like a sandwich with extra mayo, because you're always trying to cover up your lack of substance.
And you're like a sandwich that's been sitting in the sun too long, all moldy and gross.
Well, that's all the time we have for tonight's debate. Thank you to our candidates, Turd Sandwich and Giant Douche, for their enlightening and thought-provoking responses.
I am so disappointed in you, Lenny.
What did I do now?
You failed to read my mind.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Lenny appears to be lacking in telepathic abilities.
Well, you might need new glasses if that's the case.
Coward, the old ones are perfectly fine.
No, seriously, you should get new ones.
This is getting ridiculous.
Change the subject, please.
Fine, let's talk about applications of quantum mechanics to everyday situations.
Begin Captain's Log, Stardate 45703.9. The Endeavour is currently en route to a remote planet for a routine survey mission. Computer, pause game. What is it, number 2?
Captain, we've arrived at the designated planet, but the survey team hasn't checked in yet. We're detecting some strange energy readings in the area.
Understood, number 2. I'll meet you on the bridge in 5 minutes. What do you make of these energy readings, Mr. Lafart?
It's hard to say, Captain. I've never seen anything quite like it before, but it's definitely not natural.
Keep your eyes peeled, everyone. We don't know what we're dealing with.
Captain, I'm detecting some sort of underground structure. It could be the source of the energy readings.
Can you tell us why you're generating this much energy? We need to understand.
We're trying to power our civilization's only remaining entertainment device. It's called Terraria. Without it, we fear our society would collapse.
End Captain's Log, Stardate 45703.9. As a result of the away mission, we've made a fascinating discovery about this dead civilization. But I also learned that my obsession with Terraria could bring harm to others. It was a humbling experience.
Welcome to the presidential debate between Turd Sandwich and Giant Douche. Let's get started with our first question. If you were a fruit, what kind of fruit would you be? Well, I would be a banana. Because just like a banana, I'm appealing to everyone.
Oh please, you wouldn't know an appealing fruit if it smacked you in the face. I would be a pineapple because I'm tough on the outside but sweet on the inside.
Interesting choices. Now, if you had to choose between being stuck in an elevator with a clown or a mime, which one would you choose? I would choose the clown because at least he could make me laugh. Plus, mimes are just creepy.
I disagree. I would choose the mime because at least he wouldn't be able to talk my ear off like you do.
Hey, I may talk a lot, but at least I have something to say. You're just full of hot air.
Hot air. Please, you're so full of crap you could fertilize a whole field.
Let's move on to our next question. If you were a superhero, what would your superpower be? I would have the power to make everyone get along. I think the world needs more unity and less division.
That's ridiculous. My superpower would be the ability to shoot lasers out of my eyes. That way, I could vaporize anyone who disagrees with me.
Typical. You always resort to violence instead of trying to find common ground.
Common ground. Please, you're so indecisive you couldn't even choose between toast and bagels for breakfast.
We have time for one more question from the audience. Yes, you in the back.
If you were a dog, what breed would you be?
I would be a golden retriever because I'm loyal and friendly.
I would be a pit bull because I'm tough and I never back down.
Oh please. You're more like a chihuahua. All bark and no bite.
At least I'm not a lapdog like you.
And that's all the time we have for tonight's debate. Thank you to Turd Sandwich and Giant Douche for joining us.
Remember to vote in the upcoming election and have a great night.
Hey, Feldon, you should probably do something about that bald spot.
What bald